What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Connor Garrity back on the G-Money041 channel featuring Geoff Lowe.
What's going on, Garrity? I'm glad to do another video here in beautiful Corvallis, Oregon today. It's a nice day.
I'm coming from terrible Fort Worth, Texas, where it has been raining all day.
It's sunny outside. It's the middle. It's the beginning of March, and
Thanks for bringing your weather here. Thanks for bringing your weather here, then.
You know what? It was a dry winter, so what can I say?
Well, this is our last part, official last part of our mock draft of the first round. We're going to be going through 8 picks right now. If you haven't seen our other videos, they're going to be on the side. Please click on one. If you know where your team's picking, click on the one with the corresponding picks and tell us who you think your team's going to pick. If this is one of your teams, we're going to be going through picks 25 through 32 right now. Comment with your team, who you think your team's going to pick, why they're going to pick them, needs that your team needs to fill, all that good stuff. And without further ado, let's get right into it with pick number 25, the Vikings. They got this from the Seahawks in the Percy Harvin trade. I think they're going to go defense right now. Kevin Minter, 6 foot, 246 pounds, out of LSU. I think that's where they need to go.
I like Minter. I like Minter. I think he'll be there. I haven't taken Sylvester Williams, D-tackle out of North Carolina. They, Kevin Williams and Pat Williams are no longer there. I mean, obviously, Sylvester Williams, there is no relation to Kevin and Pat, but it will be. You'll bring in another Williams to play D-tackle. I think Sylvester Williams can be a good fit for Minnesota. Yeah, I like Sylvester Williams there.
I think I did think about that. I thought about actually, for a second, going with Jesse Williams out of the University of Alabama. The Vikings really love to pair basically a nose tackle with a quick tackle. Of course, Kevin Williams is a very quick tackle, pass rushing type tackle.
Yeah.
They used to have Pat Williams to be that run stopper. Where even though they play a 4-3 system, I thought about Jesse Williams going there, but I ultimately decided on Kevin Minter. They need a linebacker, in my opinion, to plug that in. And let's move on. Packers at number 26. Green Bay, I think, is going to get a running back right here. Eddie Lacy out of Alabama, 5'11", 231 pounds. There are some injury concerns, but in my opinion, he is a head and shoulders above all the other running backs in this draft. Very, very strong NFL now ready prospect at running back.
I thought about Lacy here. I think Lacy, the injury concerns I don't like. I don't know if he can be a guy who's going to carry it 250 to 300 pounds in a season. I had the Packers to go in defense here, and this might shock some people, but I haven't taken Jonathan Cyprin, strong safety out of Florida International. He obviously a lot of people aren't going to know who he is. He skyrocketed up the boards because he's another one of those workout warriors. I think he had a great.
I worry about competition with him.
I also agree. He played at Florida International. I think probably the best team he faced all year was Duke. And if Duke's the best team you're playing all year, you're in for some trouble. But
I will say this, however, about him. I was really impressed with him at the Senior Bowl. He was very impressive.
Senior Bowl.
He showed he was a great cover guy and could come up and hit. He's a very intriguing prospect. He's going to be
and Green Bay really needs help. I mean,
yeah,
they don't have a safety. I mean, Charles Woodson's gone. You got to replace. You need a safety, and especially playing in the NFC North, you're facing Megatron and Brandon Marshall twice a year.
I could see them going defense, but I still think they're gonna. They're a team that likes to go offense and like to get the best player on the board. That's who I think they're going to go with. But anyway, let's move on. The Texans at pick number 27. Houston, I think they're going to go with a guy that they can pair with Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson's starting to get a little bit older too. He's now 30 years old. Some injury concerns with Andre. I think they're going to go Keenan Allen here. Best NFL-ready prospect at wide receiver. 6'2", 206 out of Cal. I know you really like him a lot. I really like him a lot.
I really like Keenan Allen, yeah. I'd also have them taking a receiver. I do not have them taking Keenan Allen because I had Keenan Allen taken 4 picks earlier. Yeah. I haven't taken Robert Woods. I know Robert Woods coming out his sophomore year. That was a top 5 pick. He got a lot of double teams his junior season at USC. His numbers really dropped. I think he only had like 600 to 700 yards receiving. But I think if you put Robert Woods on the other side of Andre Johnson, you take the pressure off of him. He's going to get a lot of man-to-man, and he showed in college he can burn you one-on-one. And I think he could be a really good pick for Houston. And I've been saying for like the past 4 years, you need to get another receiver for Andre Johnson.
I like Woods. I don't like him as an outside receiver, though. That's my problem with Woods. I like him better in the slot. If I think they're going to go with any other receiver, I think it's got to be DeAndre. The problem is they like big receivers down in Houston, and there's not a head and shoulders big receiver outside Cordell Patterson.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, me and you both. We have both been watching Robert Woods since high school.
We've seen him in live.
We've seen him since high school. I mean, the kid can play. I think he can. He's 6'1", maybe pushing 6'2".
But great hands, and
great hands, and his speed. He didn't run as fast as a 40 as I would like him to, but I think he can be a solid. I think he can be a solid number 1, possibly later on down his career after Andre Johnson ends his Hall of Fame career.
I would like to see them. I think that maybe they trade up in the second round and actually pick Woods. I think they might go 2 receivers in the first round and just say, I dare you to stop us. I would love Woods in the slot if they had Keenan Allen, Andre Johnson, and Woods. Whew. And
I like DeAndre Hopkins, too. What? DeAndre Hopkins out of Clemson. I like him.
I really like him, too. Let's move on. My favorite team right now, the Denver Broncos. Pick number 28, I think Denver goes with Desmond Trufant out of the University of Washington.
Terrible pick.
Let me explain why. Champ Bailey going to be paid $9 million after this season. DRC, he's got 1 more year. This is his last year on his contract. They're going to have 2 free agents. Bailey's getting older. He didn't look good in the playoffs last year. DRC, worried. They're worried about him not resigning. They need to go. They want another Champ Bailey. I think they got to go Desmond Trufant here.
I know they want another Champ Bailey. I don't think Trufant's the guy. I've watched Trufant.
I'll say this. I don't think he's the guy. I've
watched Trufant play. I mean, I watch a lot of Pac-12 football. I've seen him play. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's a first-round talent. I do have Denver taking – and by the way, his brother has just done nothing with the Seahawks for the last 5 years.
I don't – is he still – I didn't even know –
He's still signed. He's their nickel guy. Anyway, I haven't taken Jonathan Banks out of Mississippi State. I think Banks is a better corner. I think you can play Banks in the nickel. I'm
surprised you didn't put Poyer here.
I like Poyer. I don't like him in the first round. Yeah, Poyer's a second round guy in my opinion, but Poyer's a stud. Poyer's gonna be a steal in the second round.
It came down to Trufant or Banks for me too. I like
Banks. I like Banks a little more than I like Trufant, and I think Banks will be a good fit for Denver.
There's a guy later in the draft I want them to draft at cornerback. We'll discuss that in the 6th part. But let's move on. Number 29, shout out to Robert Corey, the New England Patriots. I think they're going to go with my homer pick, Dayton Jones out of UCLA, 6'4", 283, big, strong guy. Can play that 3-4 D end or can play like a rush tackle. That's who I think they're going to go with.
I like Dayton Jones. I have the Patriots taking Quan Short out of D tackle out of Purdue. Vince Wilfork getting older. You can bring in Short. He can play D tackle. You can learn a little bit from Wilfork. And I think Quan Short he can be a really good player for New England. Be a really good pick.
That's sort of same measurables on both of them too. So
yeah.
But I think we both agree D tackle is where they're going to go.
D tackle.
Yeah. Number 30, Atlanta Falcons. I think they're going to go weapons here. They like weapons on that team. I think they're going to go with Tyler Eifert out of Notre Dame, 6'6", 250. I think it's the obvious choice. Tony Gonzalez is probably going to retire after this season. They're going to want to replace him. Tyler Eifert.
Wow. I thought about Eifert here, but I don't have Eifert he's not my number 1 safety. I like Zach Ertz a little more. That's a little bit of homerism to the Pac-12, and I don't like Notre Dame. But I don't have him taking a tight end. I have him taking Dayton Jones out of UCLA.
If Dayton Jones doesn't go to the Patriots, I think they're going to take him too.
I have him going purely because John Abraham's gone. You need a D end. You need a guy who can rush the passer. I think Dayton Jones can do that. And Atlanta doesn't need any more offensive weapons. They need defense. They blew that game against San Francisco. They need defense.
I gotta agree there. I just think they're going to go weapons and want to replace Tony Gonzalez. I think if they get Eifert, I think that team offensively might be the best offensive team with pure weapons in the league.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And now let's move on. Pick number 31, 49ers, Matt Elam out of the University of Florida. 5'10", 200 and some pounds. Very quick. There are some injury concerns with him due to his size. But you know what? And the fact that he is a huge hitter. But they need to replace Goldson. I think they go Elam to replace him.
I agree. They have to replace Goldson, but I have him taking another SEC safety. I have him taking Eric Reed out of LSU.
It came down to Reed. I almost flipped a coin with this pick between Elam and Reed. It was that close, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Reed's a better safety. I think he's a little better in coverage. He can still come up and hit, and I think he fits. I think he actually fits. As much as I hate saying this, he fits in San Francisco scheme. He fits in really well.
He really does. Again, I think either of them, they're going to go either one of those two. You can't go wrong, in my opinion, picking either of them. They're both going to fit in that San Francisco attack defense that they have. So, again, I think we're both on the same page. And last pick in the draft, the Ravens. Shout out to Christian Corliss. Shout out to David Davis. I'm going with Monte Teo. If he's on the board, if he doesn't get taken yet, Monte Teo out of the University of Notre Dame, as much as I hate to say it, 6'1", 246. They have too many needs at middle linebacker to not pick him. If Kevin Minter is not on the board, they have to go Monte Teo because there is not another middle linebacker, in my opinion, who's going to be able to replace what they've lost this year.
I thought about Teo. I have Minter. I have Minter going there. I think Minter's a better player than Teo. I think Minter should still be there. I think Minter will be a solid player. Obviously, he's got some big shoes to fill. He's not going to be Ray Lewis, but he's going to have the expectations of you got to be the next Ray Lewis, which I think will hurt him a little bit. I think he'll be a solid middle linebacker, but I like the pick.
Most underrated non-signing this year has to be Donnell Ellerbe. They needed to keep Donnell Ellerbe.
I don't know why they did not keep Ellerbe. Ellerbe would have been a great addition, a great re-signing for them.
When you're playing a 3-4 defense, you need two strong middle linebackers. They have zero.
I don't even know who their middle linebackers are right now.
Brandon
Ambadejo?
Yeah, that's it.
You're really going to turn your team over to Ambadejo.
That's exactly what
He's a glorified special teamer.
No, he is a glorified special teamer.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But that's what he literally is. He is a special teamer.
He's a special team player. Yeah, that's all it is.
But with that, that's going to end that. This has been our NFL draft. We're going to be coming back with a part 6 on some of our prospects who didn't get picked in the first round, some of our opinions, some of our sleeper picks in the draft. Thank you all for watching. This has been your boy, Connor Garrity, on the GMoney041 channel, featuring Geoff Lowe.
Thank you again. I'm having fun with this. I like it.
This has been I think we've had a great discussion. Again, please comment with who you think your team is going to pick. Again, click on the videos on the side if you want to see who we think is going to go at every pick. Comment if you disagree. Comment if you agree. Comment with some of your favorite prospects. Again, we're going to be coming back with a part 6 here in a second. Click on that if you want to see some of our sleeper picks. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Again, thank you for everybody who has watched this process. It's been really fun picking these players. And just thank you. This has been your boy again, Connor Garrity on the GMoney041 channel. With that, I'm going to hit y'all with the peace.